back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
Derek Brunson just came out and slayed the dragon Lyoto Machida in the first round with a vicious knockout at UFC Sao Paulo. Holy smokes. Wow, what a fucking great night of fights tonight. Holy shit. In the co-main event and the main event, Brazilian legends were handed losses at the hands of young up-and-coming fucking contenders. Derek Brunson and Colby Covington took out Damian Maia and Lyoto Machida, two 39-year-old Brazilian legends at home. Wow. And I noticed a lot, you know, Derek Brunson before this fight came out and said that he knows he can beat Robert Whittaker if they fought again. And I did a video on that and it didn't get too much love. I actually noticed, you know, compared to the rest. I don't know, like, you know, I put out 3 videos at the same time. That motherfucker had like 3 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down, like fucking out of 100 views and shit. Like, people ain't fucking with Derek Brunson or something. But now you will hear my Derek Brunson spiel. Derek Brunson's actually a middleweight contender, and he called out Luke Rockhold. That fight, I think, has to happen at this point. I mean, in the middleweight division, we're going to tie it up with Michael Bisping versus... Actually, that's definitely not going to get announced before that, though. Michael Bisping versus George St. Pierre for the middleweight title happens next week. Robert Whittaker's the current interim champion, but while we get all... I mean, Robert Whittaker's going to get the next title shot unless the winner vacates, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of shit that can happen there. So in the meantime, Derek Brunson versus Luke Rockhold would be a fucking great fight. The middleweight top 5 is nothing but killers, and it has been for a while now. Derek Brunson is, what, 7-2 in his last 9 fights? 6 of those are first round knockouts. I mean, his last 2 losses were to Anderson Silva and Robert Whittaker. The Anderson Silva fight, I mean, 90% of the people had that actually a win for Derek Brunson, but they were in Brazil at that time. Anderson Silva really needed a win, and the judges raised his hand. But Derek Brunson's really probably only lost 1 fight in his last 8-9 fights. He's been knocking guys the fuck out, yo. He was on a 6-fight winning streak, and 5 of those were all first-round knockouts before he lost to Robert Whittaker. And in that Whittaker fight, he kind of got overzealous trying to continue his knockout spree, and he ended up getting knocked out in the first round, but he still caught Robert Whittaker. He still connected. He was, you know, and he was trying to skip the log jam for title contenders by getting the 6th first-round knockout. It didn't happen, but since then he lost to Anderson, which I don't know if that was really a loss. And now he's got another first-round knockout over a legend, though, Lyoto Machida. He called out Luke Rockhold. He's for sure not getting a title shot after this because there's a logjam at the top currently with Michael Bisping, George St. Pierre, Robert Whittaker. So Derek Brunson, man, he just came out, made a statement, knocked out Lyoto Machida. 2 Brazilian legends were beat on the same card in the main event and the co-main event in Brazil. Damn. But hey, earlier on, like that, they got a Brazilian flyweight that's undefeated. He came out and fought Jared Brooks, the Monkey God. Like his last name was like Figueiredo. He got a they got a robbery there. So I mean, they got one early, and if they didn't like the decision in the Maia fight, well, actually, there wasn't too much to argue about on there. I mean, in the first round, I thought Damian Maia might win that decision because he was fucking clipping up Colby. You know, he was clipping Colby up. It was a boxing match. Who expected that, yo? I mean, a wrestler versus a jiu-jitsu guy, and it turned it out to be a boxing match. That's why you gotta fucking love MMA, I guess, because that was unpredictable as fuck. But with that being said, man, Derek Brunson versus Lyoto Machida, first round knockout. Derek Brunson called out Luke Rockhold in the octagon afterward. It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what the fuck you tell me in the comments. I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.